Hello my witches and ghouls, and welcome to Game Over, that one horror channel you go to see that one weird guy. I'm that one weird guy, Presley J. Bowser, and today we're going to be looking at Friday the 13th Part 3, also known as Friday the 13th Part 3D, released in 1981, directed, again, by Steve Miner. This movie was originally supposed to be a sequel with the surviving girl from the second movie, Ginny, but after Amy Steele's agent said for her not to do it, she turned it down. And then Paramount was like, hey, we want another sequel, let's milk as much money as we can. And they put Miner inside of directing duties again, and well, they remade the same damn movie. And to get people to watch the same damn movie for a third time, they added 3D features to it now. Whoa, 3D, coming at ya. But in doing so, we then get some of the worst acting you have ever seen inside of a movie ever. This movie honestly gets back to basic. This might be even the most basic Friday the 13th ever. The story follows Chris Higgins as her and her friends go down to Higgins Haven on Camp Crystal Lake, and Jason kills them one by one. Yeah, every other movie's basically that, but at least that one has some things that, you know, make it a little unique. This movie is not that. Even though it's in 3D, all the acting's terrible and most of the 3D shots suck. But hey, was there a decent amount of kills inside of it? Was the movie pretty good? Was the acting good? You know the acting wasn't good, but hey, Jason finally starts to look pretty good with the hockey mask and the green shirt. He's finally starting to look like how we know him. So, without further ado, is this movie a slash or a pass? Is it a slash, a good movie, or a pass, a bad movie? Well, come with me and I'll tell you. The movie begins where we left off, Ginny and Paul leaving while Jason's laying there knocked out with the machete in his neck. Yep, that just shows Paul did not die. And in doing so, that scene after where Jason busts through the window attacking Ginny was also fake, or a hallucination. So, Jason then gets up and we first get our new footage after 5 minutes into the movie. Yeah, that recap. Friday the 13th loved giving us those long-ass recaps. The movie then begins with Harold and his girlfriend Edna at their store/home. We then see them walking around and talking, and let me just tell you, Harold eats literally everything. The food in the store, freaking fish food, like, ooh, bro. Anyways, eventually Jason kills him by shoving a cleaver into his chest, killing him. He then kills Edna by grabbing her head through the door and then stabbing her with a knitting needle through the back of her head. I like that scene where it shows it coming out through his hand. That's pretty cool. We then see the main characters going all the way to Higgins Haven on Camp Crystal Lake to get away. The main character, Chris Higgins, is getting there to get away from trauma she had there 2 years ago. We'll see about that later. I don't know how I feel about that. But hey, her boyfriend Rick says that it would be a good way for her to get over that trauma. The funny guy of the group, Shelly, and the girl he's trying to get together with, Vera, go down to the local store to get some food because they need some food. When there, they're bullied by a group of bikers. We get Fox, Ollie, and Loco. When leaving, Shelly accidentally runs over their motorcycles, so when they get back, the three of them follow them there. When there, they start to take out the gas from their van that they drove there, and then they want to fill it up and then use that gas to burn down the barn that's there. Okay, that'll show them, I guess. Fox goes into the barn and Loco's looking for her because she disappears. He then goes up and sees that, oh my god, she was killed with a pitchfork to the neck, holding her. I actually like that shot of it showing her feet off the ground. We then see Loco killed with a pitchfork through the stomach. Ollie then eventually comes in and Jason beats him down with his hands, knocking him out for now. We then see Chris and Rick sitting there talking and she talks about the trauma she had 2 years ago, where inside the woods after she left after her family was fighting, she was attacked by some deformed man. It's Jason, and then possibly more?
I blacked out. I don't know what happened after that. I just don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that man. We've always known Jason as an idiot, kid-like killer, just kind of goes around killing people. I don't like the sexual aspect they added to him about that. That doesn't really make sense, nor do I really like it. It's never really brought up again. And then also, they never really want to specifically say it because they don't want to add that into the movie. And the actress who plays Chris said she wouldn't have done that. Back at the cabin, Debbie and Andy go upstairs to go freak around. Shelly is then left with Vera and shoots her shot. She then turns him down lightly and he calls her a bitch on the side. Dude, this guy's kind of a dick, man. What the heck? Okay. She then goes out to the dock and Shelly scares her with the hockey mask. Yep, that's where Jason gets his hockey mask. This guy. Whatever. She then tells him, like, bro, why are you acting such a duty head right now? And he just walks away pouting his little pouts over there. He's sitting down where he looks and sees someone inside the barn. It's Jason. He then goes inside and the next time we see the mask, it's Jason walking outside towards Vera. She at first thinks it's Shelly and then realizes he's not. And oh my god, shoots her with the harpoon. That was a sick kill. That was really cool. Back at the cabin, Andy and Debbie just finished freaking around. Debbie goes to take a shower and Andy handstands his way all around the house, asking if she wants a beer. He then goes to walk back and gets a machete through the crotch down, splitting him in half. Oh my god. And then we see his body later. That is gruesome and so cool. Debbie then eventually gets out of the shower and goes to lay down on the hammock where she gets some blood dripping on her and then gets grabbed by her head and then stabbed through the chest with a knife from under the hammock. Nice callback to Jeff's kill. Yes, his name is Jeff, not Jack like I messed up. That was my bad. The two stoners then wake up. The power then goes out and Chuck goes to check the generator. Wow, try saying that 3 times fast. His girlfriend Chili then goes to make popcorn. While she's making popcorn, Shelly comes inside with his throat slit and falls to the ground and dies from blood loss. Chuck is then inside the shed trying to fix the generator, and then Jason comes up behind him and throws him into the generator, electrocuting him to death. Ooh, that was a nice kill. Chili then realizes that Shelly's actually dead, and the power starts to flicker because of Chuck inside the generator. Chuck's in the generator, not inside Chili. She then gives us some of the worst acting I have ever seen.
Chili's dead!
Oh my god, that is horrendous. Eventually, she's walking and turns around and gets a fire poker into the stomach from Jason, killing her. Apparently this whole time, Chris and Rick have just been talking about the incident outside the woods, and they come back and start walking around. Then they realize everyone's gone and is trying to find everyone. They didn't split up. Chris then steps outside and doesn't see that Rick's on the side with his head being grabbed by Jason, and then, oh my god, that might be the worst or best head at the same time I've ever seen. Jason then crushes Rick's head, making his eyeball pop out, killing him. That was pretty cool. But also at the same time, it looks really bad. I can't tell. It looks really good, but then really bad at the same time. Chris eventually finds Loco's body, which, I mean, she doesn't know who he is, but hey, we'll start off with that. And then goes back inside the cabin where then Rick's body is chucked through into the window. Again, with the chucking through windows. She then comes face to face with Jason. She then runs away and she finds Debbie's body and takes a knife out of her back. And then stabs Jason in the hand and inside the knee when he's trying to attack her, leaving him there for a second. She then gets inside the van and tries to drive away, but then the gas runs out and she has to run away into the barn, where Jason looks viciously all around the barn for her. Eventually, she hops on top of him and takes a shovel and whacks him on the back of his head, knocking him down. She then hangs him with the rope onto the hay bale thingy-majigger. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea what it's called, and I'm sorry. She then hangs him there. She then gets down below and then sees Jason pull himself up and then take his mask off to then get the rope off his head. He goes to kill her when then Ali comes out and saves her. Yeah, he's inside this movie. Oh, there goes his hand. And oh, there goes Ali. He's then killed to death by being slashed multiple times below screen with a machete. While it's happening, Chris then grabs an axe and then chucks it into the side of his head and mask, leaving a mark there that would be left there for the rest of the movies all the way up to Freddy vs. Jason. He then falls to the ground being knocked out, and she gets away into the canoe and goes onto the water. She then wakes up the next day and sees that Jason is alive and hauling ass after her. Oh my god, that is scary, and then realizes it's just a dream. And then the stupidest thing happens. This happens. Yes, a recreation of the first movie and then semi of the second movie. That was so stupid. Pamela coming out of there, that was so stupid. That was so stupid, man. That was, no, not it. We then realize it was another dream sequence, and Chris is taken away by the police where she seems very unhinged, and it's kind of sad that she's probably going to be left with that trauma for the rest of her life. The movie then ends with a zoom in on Jason's body laying there inside the barn. So, how was this movie? Was it a slash or a pass? Well, it's literally the same as the first two movies except with worse acting. I mean, you can't get any worse than Chili's acting in that one scene. By God, that was atrocious. Although the kills have been one-upped from the first two, I think this movie has the best kills out of all three of them so far. I mean, with freaking Andy getting his body split in half all the way up to Andy getting his head crushed, which might look good or bad. It's still pretty cool. But the 3D shots are just so, like, in your face. It's honestly, they're kind of distracting and not that good, most of them, 99% of them. But in the end, this movie is not terrible. It's not great, though. It's in the middle. But it just slightly goes over not terrible of a watch. So I give this movie a slash. You give me a very hesitant thumbs up. Out of the three of them so far, it's probably my least favorite out of the first three movies. But I don't know, this one ties with the first one, because the first one's really slow, but this one also has some atrocious acting, and the 3D shots are just, they're just not it. But hey, this movie is still not terrible, unlike some of the movies that we would see later on. Although that ending was terrible inside this movie. That was such a stupid ending. So, stay spooky, my friends, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, just please like, subscribe, follow. It would mean a lot to me. Hit that bell. I just said subscribe and follow. I just said the exact same thing. Running out of Jason shirts here, guys. If you guys couldn't tell, this was a Jason shirt. But I'll probably just re-wear another Jason shirt. But yeah, hope you guys have been enjoying these videos so far. And if you want me to, in between, do like a one-off horror movie, please put a comment and I'll do that movie. I'll probably do some live streams eventually. I'd like to do more stuff. I'll do an update video soon enough about just stuff I would like to do with this channel and just grow it. But hey, stay spooky, my friends.